Prabhu from this world, he 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 confidentially took them in Varanasi for 2 weeks, and he bestowed all the mercy on Rupa Sanatana Goswamis. And once they had that association with the Mahaprabhu, then they came back and they voluminously produced the literature of Vaishnava philosophy. Okay, one of them is Nectar of Upadeshamrita, Nectar of Instructions. Okay, and out of how many Goswamis we have? Anybody know? Number?
6.
6 Goswamis. Can anybody name 6 Goswamis? Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Sri Jiva Gopalako Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipunau Sadharma Samstapako. If you go to the Sad Goswami Astakam, so Rupa Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Jiva Goswami. And out of 6 Goswamis, 4 are from South India. 4 Goswamis are from South India. Rupa Sanatan and Jiva Goswami from Karnataka, and Gopal Bhatta Goswami from Srirangam, and Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami from West Bengal. Okay, so they got the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They produced voluminous literature and especially the Rupa Goswami gave the bhakti for how Vaidya bhakti has to be practiced, and Sanatana Goswami gave how Ragatmaka bhakti can be produced. Okay, so this one among them is Upadeshamrita, and here this chapter explains how the urges have to be controlled. Okay, I'm sure in the last 2 classes, devotees might have covered a lot of the stuff. I try to, this is the last day on this shloka. Simesha Prabhu, is that anything I need to cover? I can cover in general.
Yeah, when you need to emphasize those points, how to control the urges, and probably you can have a different perception on that as well.
Absolutely. Thank you,
And
Prabhu.
also, the last two verses of this first verse is not really covered. What is exactly mean for it? So you can cover all those.
These 2 lines you mean, right?
Yep.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, thank you for the update. So, yeah. So this first shloka, I'll recite. Every one of you, please unmute, recite with me one time. Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam.
Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam.
Jiva vegam udaropastha vegam.
Jiva vegam udaropastha vegam.
Etan vegan yo vishaheta dhiraha.
Etan vegan yo vishate dhiraha.
Sarvamapi mam pratvimsasi syat.
Sarvamapi mam prativimsasyat.
Okay. And I have notes written on this shloka on 2/2/2014. So I'm just giving from that notes, this shloka. So here, I can give the gist of it while reading some of the paragraphs here. Okay. Here, vacho vegam, right? Vacho vegam means the urge to speak, right? And the urge to speak is present in everyone. Everyone has urge to speak. Okay. So in this, urge to speak has to be controlled, right? Because if you give mic to any person to come onto the stage and talk, they can talk on hours and hours without any stuff. Okay, that's called urge to speak. But here, Rupa Goswami Prabhupada explains that how we need to control urge to speak. Of course, we have a urge to speak. In that case, how you direct your urge to speak, propensity to glorify Krishna. That's how it is recommended in the Shastra, okay? And for example, if you take any newspapers, 30, 40 newspapers, everybody writes something, their opinion, their mental concoction, their philosophical speculation, they put everything in the newspapers and they keep on talking. If you start TV, 30, 40 channels, all the time going on, somebody's talking something all the time. But all that is useless talk. The mouth has been given to glorify Krishna, okay, or just use for your work. Other than that, you should be using minimally talking, and if you have urge to speak, talk about Krishna, okay. That's how we need to control our walking propensity, right? Here Prabhupada is explaining some of the topics here, how a what you call atonement would be done. The atonement is that it's not that you keep repeat the same atonement, same sins again and again, go and confess, rather than try to see the how to solve from the root cause from the committing the sins. I think Parikshit Maharaj also writes here, if you look at on this line, a sinful activity cannot be encountered by a pious activity. Okay, because I did something, wrong, let me go into some punya karma. No. The devotional practice doesn't work that way. You have to pay price for the whatever karmic, a sinful act you perform, you have to pay price for that. And also you reap the benefits of whatever pious activity. It's not a nullification process. Okay, I did 4 sins, 5 pious, so still I am in a balance of 1 pious activity. That doesn't work that way. I just want to make it sure in the devotional practice. Okay, here Prabhupada writes, the real prayachitta, atonement, is the awakening of our dormant Krishna consciousness. So if you have urge to speak, if you want to do something, it's not that you every time, Prabhupada gives example of the Christians, that every Sunday they go, they confess their mistakes, they come back again, start from Monday to Friday, all sinful actions, again go confess on Sunday, and they're repeating the urge to commit sins is not gone, but they're just going and committing, confessing. That's not. But you need to see why. What is the root cause for that one? So Mahaprabhu explained the root cause for that is our urge, our lust to speak, and that should be controlled by talking about Krishna. Okay, then we have to control the urge to speak, desire. Okay, any questions on that one? Vacho vegam. Okay, desire to speak, all of us have urge to speak. Okay, so that's about the Parikshit Maharaj points out, just like elephant bath. Parikshit Maharaj gives elephant bath. Elephant go to the water, it takes the nice shower, everything happily, it comes out of water, then again it puts all the dirt on it. Same way, the atonement what we perform should not be like that. It should be a permanent solution. The permanent solution of atonement happens only when we connect the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then you need to remove the root cause of the desire. That's what explained here. Okay. Then going to the next one is real. First one must control his speaking power. Everyone here, Prabhupada, everyone has power of speech. As soon as we get an opportunity, we begin to speak. If we do not speak about Krishna consciousness, we speak all sorts of nonsense. Look at that, Prabhupada, all sorts of nonsense. A toad in a field, speaking by croaking, similarly, everyone has tongue to want to speak. And sometimes when you talk, we invite trouble unnecessarily. A toad in the water invites snake because it makes a sound back. Then snake knows that toad is there to go and catch. Same way, when we don't control our urge to speak unnecessary things, we end up in troubles. Okay? Here, the meaning of controlled speech conveyed by Srila Rupa Goswami advocates the positive process of Krishna Katha. Okay, engaging in the speaking process in glorifying the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. The tongue can glorify the name, form, qualities, and pastimes of the Lord. The preacher of Krishna Katha is always beyond the clutches of death. This is the significance of controlling the urge to speak. So devotees, did you get the message, like, how our urge to speak, for example, you are like a chatterbox, you cannot control. Then develop a habit, like find 2 or 3 our friends and try to discuss Krishna Katha with them. That way, your urge to speak is satisfied. Same time, you're glorifying the Supreme Lord. Okay, that's one thing. Next one is here, and also Prabhupada writes how Krishna, where Krishna is present, Maya doesn't have a place. Krishna, Surya Sama, Mayaha, Dakar, Krishna, Yatan Krishna Taha Maha Ara Andakar. Wherever Krishna is like a light. Wherever Krishna is like a sun, the Maya is like a darkness. The moment you start about Krishna Katha, your urge, you will see the beauty is that when you talk about Krishna, your urge to speak, desire will be automatically satisfied. Why? Because you're glorifying the Lord, and Lord gives that benediction that this devotee has this urge. Okay, he's talking about me, so that he gets satisfaction. When you talk about Krishna, that fulfillment is there in your heart. That way, you satisfy your. Yeah. Then similarly, anger. Prabhupada talks about anger can be controlled. You cannot stop anger altogether, but if you simply become angry with those who blaspheme the Lord of the devotees of the Lord, we can control our anger in Krishna consciousness. We have, it's one of the easiest. We all behave nicely, but when you go and ask our wives, we know how much anger control we have. If you ask our kids, right? Again, I'm not putting anyone down, but we all have that problem. So the way Rupa Goswami Prabhupada explained here is that how to control the anger. And here he gives an example of Lord Hanuman, how Hanuman his anger has been used for the service of the Lord. Okay, so talks about we cannot stop altogether if you simply become angry with those who are blaspheming the Lord or the devotees of the Lord, like atheists. Control our anger in Krishna consciousness. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became angry with the miscreants, Brother Jagai and Madai. Okay, so we can use our krodha anger in that way. Here it was an anger that Hanuman set fire to Lanka, but he was worshipped as a great devotee. Nobody says bad thing about Hanuman because he put a fire to Lanka, right? He's a devotee, he's a Rama Bhakta. And then even though he used anger, but we say he's used for the right purpose. That's the one, by serving the Supreme Lord with his anger. So that's what I explained about the anger can be controlled, right? So again, another example, I really want to give real-time world example that we are all prone to get angry very easily. Okay, so we should use that. Okay, instead of getting angry, that we should try to control that. The person who is coming. If devotees, we should be very, very careful. Non-devotees also we should be careful because the habit makes remembrance. So we need to make sure that you're talking non-devotees, try to control that anger part. That's very, very essential. And that anger also can be controlled as we progress, as we elevate our consciousness by chanting and hearing Krishna Katha, the anger automatically subsides. That's one of the qualities, like, Krishna, when you are associated with the Lord Sri Krishna, that because when you associate with Lord Sri Krishna, what you're associating the holy name of Krishna. The holy name of Krishna is absolute. And what happens is when the holy name of Krishna, in the Kali Yuga, Krishna has manifested all his energies in the holy name. Nam Nama Kari Bahuda, Nija Sarva Shakti, Tatrapita Nimita, Smaranena Kala. So he put all Shaktis. And when we are dealing with Krishna Shakti, all negative qualities will be automatically eradicated, completely removed from our heart. And also, Krishna also invested his Nama, Guna, Rupa, Leela in the name of Krishna. Nama, Guna, Rupa, Leela. So when you are really sincerely chanting, the anger part is automatically subside. Because that's why the attentive chanting is very, very important to subside your anger as well. Okay. Then urges of the tongue. We all experience the tongue wants to eat palatable dishes, right? We all know that. When the Friday comes, we plan, okay, Friday is coming. Are we going for Chinese restaurant? Are we going for the Taiwan restaurant? We keep planning those things because we want to enjoy. And as for the urges of the tongue, we'll experience the tongue wants to eat palatable. Generally, we should not allow the tongue to eat according to its choice. but should we control the tongue by supplying prasada? The devotee's attitude is that he will eat only when Krishna gives him prasada. This way they control the urge of the tongue. One should take prasada at scheduled times and should not eat in restaurants, sweet meat shops simply to satisfy the whims of the tongue or belly. I give an example. Recently, I went last time India. I was going to my sister. Are you able to hear me, dear devotees?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Recently, I went to India like 1.5 years back. I was traveling from one city to other city in the train. Then I saw one person sitting next to me. In India, you know that, right? Tea, chai. Okay, so I have a bead bag with me, and I was chanting. And then the person next sitting to me, he said, okay, chai wale idhar aao. Okay, he took a chai. Okay, then he drank a chai. Next, what? Murmure guy comes. He took a murmure, he ate a murmure. 10 minutes ke baad, kurkure. He ate kurkure. And I was just watching him. Then he's looking at me, sir, aap kuch khane ka? No, I'm okay. Yeah? And then the station comes, we both got down, and his wife came to receive him. And wife says, "Arey, ab bahut thak gaye, main acha prasad banaya ghar mein, aane ke jaake just eat it." So what I'm saying is that there is a limitation that what we should eat, how many times we should eat, and how to control the tongue. Tongue is the most voracious. He wants to eat voracious things. And that's why I just want to quote one shloka from the Bhagavatam explains. Sorry, that one, this one, Prasadam prayer, right? What our Bhakta Thakur says, Sharira, Vidya, Ja. I get it here. Prasadam prayer. 1 second, guys. Prasadam prayer is gone. Okay, so if you go here, you see here, actually, which is that tree, where is that? Is gone. Don't anybody? I had a link and it's gone somewhere. So it's that Bhakta Thakur beautifully explains how we should honor prasadam with what mode. Everywhere, as soon as our Bhakta Krishna's programs on, we pray the prasadam prayer, right? Yeah, Krishna prasadam prayers. So here, yeah, here you will. Are you able to see the screen? Look at that. The tongue, how tongue has to be controlled. Here, Mahaprasade Govinde, Namo Brahmane Vaishnave, Vishwaso. So for those who have amassed a very few pious activities, their faith in Mahaprasad, in Sri Govinda, in the holy name, and in the Vaishnava is never born. And next one, Sharira Vidya Jaudendriyata Heka, Jive Pale Vishesagare, Tara Madhya Jivaiti Lobo Maya Sudharmiti, Take Jita Katina Samsara. Oh Lord, this material body is a place of ignorance, and the senses are network of paths leading to death. Somehow we have fallen into this ocean of material sense enjoyment. And of all the senses, tongue is the most voracious and uncontrollable. Look at devotees. Jihva, the tongue is the most voracious and uncontrollable. Even a small born child, 21 days child, they lick their own stool and they enjoy it. And even every living entity in their position, they think they're enjoying. Even pig, if you go and ask pig also think the stool is the best. It can have it and it's enjoying its life. So we are in this material sense enjoyment, and wherever we think we are comfortable, we make arrangements in such a way that we feel comfortable even though you don't feel comfortable. And whatever you eat, we like it because we want to eat them. So Prabhupada, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that this body is basically a network path for the leading to death. Somehow we'll have fallen into this ocean of material sense enjoyment. And of all the senses, the tongue is the most voracious So controlling the jiva vegam. It's very difficult to conquer the tongue in this world. Bhaktivinoda Tagore, seventh Goswami, he himself knows all these details. Very tough to control our tongue. Krishna bado dayo mai kori bare jive jai, swaprasadanna dilo bai, seyanna mrita pavo, Radha Krishna gunaga, premeda kosi chaitanya jai. But you, dear Krishna, are very kind to us and have given us such a nice prasadam just to control the tongue. Now we take this prasadam to our full satisfaction and glorify their Lordship Sri Sri Radha Krishna, and in love call for the help of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. So this is how Bhaktivinoda Thakur composed this poem, how prasadam to be handled. And with that, how we control our tongue, that is called jiva vegam. The devotees, achatis only eat only Krishna and give him prasada and pray with that. And be thankful, be grateful to God, you are giving this prasadam to me. And that way, automatically your urge to eat, desire will be satisfied. You don't have to eat anything, palatable items as well. Okay? And going to similar manner, urges to genitals, sex impulse can be controlled when not used unnecessarily. Genitals should be used to beget Krishna conscious child. Otherwise, they should not be used. Krishna conscious movement encourages marriages not for this satisfaction of the genitals, but for the begetting of Krishna conscious children. As soon as children are little grown up, they are sent to Gurukula school, whereas they are trained to become fully Krishna conscious. Many such Krishna conscious children are required. And one who is capable of bringing forth Krishna conscious offspring is allowed to utilize genitals. So it basically talks about how genitals have to be controlled. Vacho vegam, manaha krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udaropastha vegam. How to control the belly and how to control the genitals is very, very essential. Because we are reading even Srimad Bhagavatam recently that how a married life is a licensed life. It's called a there is a sinful activity and regulated activity. So marriage for the Gurukula students, that's why you send students to Gurukula or you bring them in Krishna consciousness, then they understand the purpose of life. And if somebody cannot control their sex desire, yes, they can get married. They can, that's again a licensed one. They can get married, they can use their genitals for producing Krishna conscious children, and beyond that, they should not be using that one. But that doesn't come that easily, that it comes, the sex impulse will be controlled by devotional practice, okay? By chanting, by hearing Krishna Katha. You see, hearing the root, the solution for all these urges is chanting and hearing Krishna Katha, right? Because as we hear, this is called prasanga and paricharya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prasanga and paricharya. What is prasanga? Hearing scriptures is very essential for us. Hearing scriptures are that most. The moment you hear prasanga, paricharya means service. When you hear scriptures and do the service, then that's how our senses, talking, walking, eating, sleeping, mating, all these things all in place, and including genitals. And also, when one is fully practiced in the method of Krishna conscious control, he can become qualified to become a bona fide spiritual master. So that's what in the shloka, it is lastly explained that etan veganyo vishadeha dhiraha, who can control the senses. Sarvamapi Prativi, he can make disciples all over the world. And also here, Prabhupada beautifully writes I'll just show you. Yeah. Here, the person who runs here and there seeking to gratify his palate and who is always attached to the desires of his stomach and genitals is unable to attain Krishna. That's why the devotional practice is very, very essential. As stated before, the tongue, belly, and genitals are, look at that, as stated before, the tongue, belly, and genitals are all situated in a straight line. If you look at your like tongue and your belly and genitals, they're in the straight line, right? And they fall in the same category. Lord Chaitanya has said, Bhalana Kaibe Ara Bhalana Kaibe. Do not Do not dress luxuriously and do not eat delicious food stuff. Chaitanya Charitamrita Anchalila I explained. Okay, those who suffer from diseases of the stomach must be unable to control the urges of the belly. Okay, at least according to this analysis, when we desire to eat more than necessary, we automatically create many inconveniences in life. Prabhupada writes in some of the paragraphs, reports that if you eat more than what we need, actually, I think there is a one saying, right? If you eat 2 times, you are a bogi, yogi, and you eat 3 times, you're a bogi, and you eat 4 times, you're a rogi. You become a rogi. So, especially it's very, very essential that how we control our eating process, how much we eat. However, if we observe fasting days like Ekadasi, Janmashtami, and we can restrain from the demands of the belly. Why we do Ekadasis? Why do you follow Upavas? Or why do we eat certain food? Because we are trying to go against the body. Body demands all the time, left and right. But we are trying to defeat the urges of the body by following these rules and regulations. And also following Ekadashi, etc. We are getting Jnata Sukriti. There's Ajnata Sukriti and Jnata Sukriti. Jnata Sukriti, non-pious kids will be avoided following these special Janmashtami, Ekadasi, and they're also called Madhavatiti. And on the Madhavatiti, when you follow these rules and regulation, Madhavatiti, Bhakti Janani, it gives Bhakti, it generates Bhakti in our consciousness. That's how we can elevate our consciousness. As far as urges of the interests are concerned, there are 2, proper and improper. Then Prabhupada writes, legal and illicit sex. When a man is properly mature, he can marry according to the rules and regulations of the Shastras and use his genitals for the begetting nice children. That is legal religious. Otherwise, he may not adopt many artificial means to satisfy the demands of the genitals, and that is called as a what you call sense gratification. And that's not the as per the Shastra. When one indulges in illicit sex life, he defined with Shastra, either by thinking or planning or talking about actually having sexual intercourse or by satisfying genitals by artificial means, he is caught in those clutches of Maya. These actions apply not only to the householders but also to the Tyagis. Everybody has to follow this. This is called the celibacy, right? And married people, it's not unrestricted sense enjoyment. It's a licensing. It's a controlled sense enjoyment, we call controlled sense enjoyment. And that has to be followed. Okay, and all this, why we are Rupa Goswami Prabhupada giving all these instructions, Vacho Vegam, Manaha, Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udaropasta, all these things are one's advancement in the bhakti. If one has to progressively make progress in the bhakti, this have to be followed. And this has to be essential for a elevation of your consciousness to higher level. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. Because if somebody has a too much talking, rubbish talking, and that leads to nowhere. Waste of energy. Somebody has a desire for, in the mind, he thinks so many things. Don't waste that time. And somebody has a desire for sexual intercourse. Hey, have a marriage and have children and then follow the rules and regulations. Brahmacharya is required even after marriage also. That's why there's called Vanaprastha, etc. You have to get given. Okay. And also, my dear brother, you are in the Renaissance order of life and should not listen to talk about ordinary worldly things. Nor should you talk about worldly things when you meet with others. Do not think of women in dreams. You have accepted the Renaissance order of life with vow that forbids yet to associate with men. If you wish to associate with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is a story of Chota Haridas. We all know that Chota Haridas, he sees that woman with the lust desire, etc. And Mahaprabhu banishes him. He gets very mad. And he is rejected by the Lord because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a very, very strictly followed the brahmacharya and celibacy. Okay. And the conclusion is that for one who can control these 6 items, what are the 6 items? 6 items: speech, vacho, manaha, krodha, jiva, vega, udaropastha vega. And genitals. These 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 have to be followed to called Goswami. We have Kupu Goswami, Keshav Goswami. Their last name is Goswamis. They're from usually Assam, that area, Goswamis. And Goswami, the definition of what is Goswami? Goswami means a person who can achieve the senses, like, go means senses. Who is the master of the senses is called Goswami. Goswami is a means of master. Goswami masters the go or the senses. When one accepts the renounced order of life, he automatically assumes the title of Swami. We know that we have all our ISKCON Maharajas, Swamis are there. And also we have Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, Jananda Goswami Maharaj. So they are all the Maharajas. They achieved they did not become the subservient to the senses. They went beyond the senses. They achieved their senses. Godas, servant. Godas, the other one is Godas, means what? Servant of the senses. You become subservient to it. So, okay, mind demands this one. Okay, you eat that one. Okay, you eat this one. You eat this one. This mind is like a place where all the desires generates, right? And again, here, Prabhupada defines Balaha. Balaha, who is a strong person. Strong person is not that person who has a lot of muscle power. Balaha means a person who can resist the desires of, if somebody, for example, you go to a party, you resist not to eat there. That is the Bala. Bala means you have a strong capacity of not indulging in the sinful activities. That is real Bala means. Strength means, okay? And also, one more thing I want to say that the difference between human beings and animals. Human beings can control their senses if they want to. And animals cannot control their senses because they just go by the instinct. But human beings can control if they want to control their senses. That's the difference between human beings. And also, the real enjoyment comes by sense, not by sense gratification. By sense control, you get the real enjoyment. You try to see that experimentally. When you really do some activity, for example, you fast on Ekadasi day, next day you feel so great about it. And means what? You are beating against your senses, what decided by the body. You're going against totally to the body, and coming out of this, then you really get happiness. Wow, I was able to do it. I was able to fast last day, and that is a more happiness. So by controlling the senses, you derive happiness, not by engaging the senses. By engaging the senses, what happens is, here, Prahlad Maharaj writes a beautiful story that, Matirna Krishne Paratasvasoha, Mitobi Bigyeta Grahavratanam, Adanta Gobir Visitantasmin, Punaha Punaha Charvita Charvananam. He says that for those who have decided to continue their existence in the material world for the gratification of their senses, there is no chance of becoming Krishna conscious, not by personal endeavor, by instruction from others, or by joint conferences. They're dragged by the unbridled senses into the darkest region of ignorance, and thus they madly engage in what is called the chewing the chewed. I'll give an example, chewing the chewed. For example, now, Krishna has created 8.4 million species, right? Which means we have altogether 8.4 million desires in this material world. And Krishna created one compartment for each desire. Okay, I have a desire for sex, excessive sex. Okay, this compartment for you to enjoy. I have an excessive desire for eating meat. Okay, this compartment is created. Like that, there are 8.4 million desires in the creation. He created 8.4 million apartments. And whatever consciousness we carry, yam yapi smaran bhavam, the time of death, whatever consciousness we have, and based on that consciousness, that apartment is allotted to us. For example, assume that I have a lot of meat eater. I love to eat meat all the time. Okay, for me, a compartment called lion. In that, I will be put in that compartment. I become a lion. Okay, because I had that desire at the time of death. Yam 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 smaran bhavam. That tadanti kalevaram. At that consciousness, I'll put into apartment. Okay, now I ate. Now I develop different desire in that body. Again, apartment. So you are changing 8.4 million apartments. You're constantly changing, assuming that you're going to finding something new. Punaha charvita charvanana means that, okay, now I became a lion. I ate enough meat. Let me enjoy as a fox. Okay, now I became a fox. I enjoy it. So they're comparing this. Punaha means they're comparing. For example, you take a Ghana sugar cane, right? You chew one time, you get sweetness. Oh, enjoying sweet. Then you spit it. You think, oh no, I spit it. There must be some more juice in that. You take again, you chew it. Some more juice comes. Again, you put aside for 5 minutes. Again, you chew it. So you keep on expecting some rasa is coming out of that. But as you chew every time, rasa is decreasing. But we are not realizing that fact that even I'm taking so many lives, birth after birth, I'm not realizing I'm stuck in this material world unnecessarily. And I'm not learning that, chewing the chew. I'm coming back. Okay, I became a human being. I went to school, LKG, 10th class, intermediate, engineering. I got a married, kids, life, and I got that. Now I become a dog. I have a dog wife, dog kids, dog house, dog this, then I died. I become a lion. I have a lion husband, lion kids. So we keep on repeating this cycle left and right, thinking maybe in the body of lion, I'll get something different. Taste, let me try it. In the body of fox, I may get something different. Let me try, taste it. Now, that's why our Bhakti Maharaj sang a nice Bhaja Hure Manasri Nandana Habaya Charana Ravindare Durlabha Manava Janma. Very rare to get this human form of life where we can realize that what is the importance of this lifetime, what I can do, what I don't want to be in this chakra of breaking back and forth. And this is the exit. This is exit. It is called exit birth. In this birth and also in this Kali Yuga, we have been given chance, and also we also came to Prabhupada umbrella by hook or crook. Somehow what pious activities we may have done in the previous lifetimes, we have been put in this right spot. Just you achieved already 99% of efforts you have put. You came this close. Just little more effort by chanting, hearing Krishna Katha, and now you can eternally liberated. You can associate with Krishna in whatever relationship you want, and go back. And Prabhupada says, this world is not for gentlemen. Absolutely, there's nothing. You go outside, you see how many things are going on. If you start TV, watch your Vegam, keep the dark, wow, all the time, nothing useful. Nothing. And if you see for 10 minutes TV, everybody get depressed. Tell me who got activated by watching TV in this call. Tell me. 10 minutes is enough. Some rape case, some accident, some dog fell in some big well, 10 police trying to save the dog from the well. And these are the TV news we watch. Dear devotees, it is almost 3-4 months now I did not watch TV because I have this one. When I start, I get really immediately I get like a depressive mood the moment I stop TV. And I'd rather, sit idle and stop even chanting or something like that. So this is the life you are facing. As Kali Yuga progresses more and more, there's nothing beauty about this world. Okay, so that's why our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and our dear His Guru Prabhupada, out of causeless mercy, though we don't deserve, they gave us a bonanza of gifts which we don't deserve. They gave it to us. Utilize it properly and make this as a last life. We don't want to come again. Even I'm not saying proudly, even if I go out, I close my eyes. I don't want to see anything. Anything you see, I don't like it except seeing the form of Radha Krishna in the temples, temples. How beautiful. Look at their beauty. And it's a feast for eyes. Like that, develop that. Each and every anga of our body can be associated with the Supreme Lord. Dovetail to Krishna. What is that? Brahma Samhita Shloka. I'm forgetting. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Shanta Sadaiva Bradayesh Vilochayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achinda Guna Swarupam Govinda Madi Purisham Tamaham Bhajami. Each your eyes oint with the love of God to Krishna. Your mouth oint with the love of Krishna, saying about it. Ears, what is that Ambrish Maharaj says? Savai mana Krishna padara vindayor. Vacham Shivaikuntha gunana varnane. If you want to hear the stories of Vaikuntha. Kalau Harer Manjara Marjana Disho. If you want to clean the temple of Vishnu or temple of your house, when the deities are there, your house becomes Vishnu temple. And do those activities for Krishna and make this as a last chance. Nothing fascinating about this world, my dear devotees. We are getting into artificial intelligence. This science is progressing, but our morality is degrading day by day. So I request all the devotees, take up this process very seriously, and whatever we are Rupanugas, we follow Rupa Goswami very strictly. We are Rupanugas, followers of Rupa Goswami. He gave such a 6 urges how to be controlled and become better devotees. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions or any reflections?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, wonderful class. I always enjoy your class, how you speak and how you tell everything. So you were mentioning about the news, like since 4 months you are not watching. But Prabhuji, when COVID started in 2019, right? And then every day we were watching on TV, the news, so many people died. And it was so depressing. And that time only Lal Govind Prabhuji's Katha started on Zoom. Then I decided, instead of watching TV, just we can at least pray for them who are suffering, and that taste we got, and since it's going on continuing that
Absolutely.
katha,
Absolutely.
right? So
Absolutely.
it's really means it's good we are in this association, and our Desi Bhaktivedanta Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada's grace, we are getting so much. We don't need to watch all this nonsense.
Absolutely.
What we can do, we are watching Israel war, people are watching. What they can do, just they talk about that. Instead of that, we can just pray for them, we listen katha, at least for their souls, we can pray. So
Absolutely.
we are really fortunate. Just want
Absolutely,
to
Mataji. We are all glories to Simeshwar Prabhu for his persistence and consistency.
yes,
All the
yeah.
credit goes to Simeshwar Prabhu.
Yeah, and then our Gita and Bhagavatam class also started from that COVID. And even that Yagya also, Saturday Yagya, we were, in COVID time, we used to pray for whole world.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, so it's really good. Like we are in very good path.
We're all set to go, Mataji.
Yeah, we will meet there.
You don't have to do anything extra. Just
Yeah,
be at home, take care of family, chant and be happy, as Prabhupada said. You will be taken.
Yeah, and I'm experiencing when we are doing bhakti and we are more in service or in association of devotees, material things are coming automatically, Prabhuji. We don't need to hanker for that.
Absolutely. The spirituality comes with material. Absolutely.
I know, yeah. Actually, we don't need now. We don't want.
Pratijanati kaunteyana me bhakta pranashyati. My devotee never perishes. Krishna gives promise 100%.
Yeah, we should have so much gratitude for Srila Prabhupada, Prabhuji. Really, yes. And our congregation too.
Of course.
Wonderful congregation we have. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your class. Very good.
Anybody else would like to talk, dear devotees?
Prabhu, I couldn't join before, but today I joined. So my question is on the tongue. You said that 2 things. What I understood, one was talking about Krishna and also taste, because tongue does both.
Correct.
And is that accurate? That you said tongue is the most
voracious, like.
Yeah.
I think at the moment, that's why I think Rupa Goswami, Atha Sri Krishna Namadi, Nabhaved Hindriyam, Swayam Swati Ada, this one. You look at it, sir, this loka, Atha Sri Krishna Namadi, Nabhaved Graham Indriya, Sevam Mukehi Jivado, Swayam Vipaspurati Ada. Therefore, material senses cannot appreciate Krishna's holy name, form, qualities, and pastimes. When a conditioned soul is awakened to Krishna consciousness, renders services by using his tongue to chant the Lord's holy name, and taste the remnants of the Lord's food. The tongue is purified, and one gradually comes to understand who Krishna really is. So tongue, actually this jiva plays a very important, and the moment you control jiva with these two things, all other parts, other four also will automatically comes under control. They answer your questions, I think.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else, please? Any reflections?
Prabhu, can you hear me?
Yes, Rajesh Prabhu, I can hear you.
Hey Krishna. I have one thing, like since childhood, or how we are grown up, or how we see the politics in India and all that everywhere. The rich are more respected, the stronger people are more respected, the senior people are more respected. Is that the correct way of living? I don't feel so, and I don't follow that, but it happens to us. What
Right.
what
I
is
think
your
in the material world, that's a qualification is given, okay, who the richest. For example, if somebody says Bill Gates is coming to ISKCON of Central University tomorrow, 1,000 people will come to see Bill Gates, not to see the deities, right? And that is the material world is like that, but that's not the right way. Okay, respecting seniors according to the age, that is fine. Even Vedic injunctions confirm that elders will be given respect. Nothing wrong in that. But money, power, these things are not as per the Shastra. The Shastra is like, in Prabhupada, like Maharaja's coming, we go to temple, we honor them because they are dedicating their lives for the spiritual movement. If you get some other sampradayas also, if somebody is spiritual leader coming, we go and respect them. That's the way. It's not like rich people who are controlling these things. That's not as per the Vedic injunctions. That's not the right. But whole world is going that way. That's a problem. Whole world is going with that. If you go to LinkedIn and somebody is a director, somebody is a CEO, everybody wants to become a friend with him. If somebody says I'm a devotee, nobody even comes to connect with you on the LinkedIn. But the whole world is going like that. But anyway, we are not worried about that because we know, okay, what is the spiritual life and material life, and we choose what we want and preferences, etc. It's up to individuals. You're right, Rajesh Prabhu, that's not the
Yeah,
way.
but before joining Krishna movement, like we have seen this, and I have personally done that. That I have just not respected people who are weaker than me, or I have been in that scenario where I have been done that, and that brings an anger, right? That anger, as you said, is not good. So it's happening like still I don't know how to control that way of living. So I'm not sure. I'm not finding a solution because when I see weaker than me, a person, sometimes I unnecessarily put an anger to me.
Okay.
And
Because
not do
I
that.
question is that if somebody richer than you or somebody greater than you, you get anger. That's right.
No. Somebody is like weaker than me in power, in strength. Not I am doing, it's happening to us also, right? So that anger is difficult to control for me.
I didn't understand your question. Can you tell exactly what was it?
Exactly. If I say I don't know, you will feel bad, I will feel bad. But when we marry, right, our wives are not that stronger, right? And they do everything for us. But sometimes because we feel like they're weak, we just put anger into the situation, and it is not required to scold them, but we do that.
Oh,
Right.
okay. You're talking about the family affairs. Okay.
Family, friends, I don't know, but that happens.
No,
That
but
anger is disturbing, right?
yeah, anger is there, but the question is the perception about our life. Okay. For example, when you accept, for example, Krishna consciousness, the basis for your life, then there is a different way we can look at each and every person in the house. For example, you accept Krishna as the supreme, then we have deities at home. And then at that point, the ownership goes to Krishna, not you. You're not the head of the family. Krishna is the head of the family. And when you consider Krishna as the family, then you are the member, your wife is a devotee, kids are devotees. Then when you accept Krishna as a supreme, then we follow what Krishna said, his rules and regulations. Then slowly that way we can subside our anger. It's not what you want, what I want, what Krishna wanted. When you turn your consciousness that way towards Supreme Lord and attribute to him, then this anger may be slowly reduced. But it depends. It's easy to say, but you have to change our whole consciousness towards Krishna. That's why it's called Krishna consciousness. So how soon you can change that, the sooner the better, so that you don't have to be, for example, assume your wife you like something and Krishna likes something. Your wife thinks, okay, what Krishna likes, I'll give preference. Then you should be able to accept it. Oh, you don't get, oh, I like this one. Why did you make this one? Hey, Krishna likes that one. Though your consciousness ought to be aligned with her consciousness, such a way you both serve Krishna, then there's no question of anger.
You are saying that it's not a human nature, it's how we are living, right? If the Krishna consciousness is helping, but the human nature, I feel, is what.
Actually, by real human nature to serve the Supreme Lord, but we lost that. The real human, what is the real identity of the human being? Part and parcel, we are a servant of the Krishna, but we lost that because of whatever reason. Okay, that dormant, that what you call that Maya, that totally covered that truth. So uncover that secret and so to serve the Supreme. Accept the fact, because the problem is ego comes into picture. So we have to become totally because we have a lot of false ego. The ego comes in between. Then we should give up that. Then accept the fact, I'm the servant of the Lord. Then everything falls in place. We have to change.
Yeah, that's true. That I agree. But sometimes in the flow it happens, and then the way is that we need to be sorry and then move on, right?
Nothing comes overnight. Practice makes man perfect. Keep practicing. Maybe now you get 4 times angry, you may become 2 times angry in a week. Then later you become 1 time angry. And after 6 months, you don't become angry at all. So slow and steady. But every time we should be always keep that, hey, I'm servant of the Lord. So, it's easy to say. For me also, I also get mad because we're family people. It comes, that's okay. Don't focus too much on that. When you get angry, just remove anger again. Pray to Krishna and seek blessing. Krishna, this date, please, give me blessings so that I don't. All the prayers, sincere prayers from your heart also helps you.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much. I just talk about them because when I talk about them, I keep remembering. If I don't talk, I just forget those things. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Anything else, dear devotees? Okay, looks like you're good to go. So everybody's controlling their senses now. 6, we spoke. Please try. See, we are not Goswamis, but we try as much as we can.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji. Sahiti Mataji.
I just like this just sentence you spoke, like everybody controlling their senses, like their urge to speak.
Is the Sahiti Mataji talking?
No, you just mentioned like everybody controlling their senses, right?
Right.
Just wanted to mention that.
You're already following that.
Yes, Prabhuji, very nice. Like I see like few points, like same controlling the urge to eat, like or unnecessary eating or unnecessary speaking when it's not needed, and other controls for the senses.
Anjana Mataji?
Hanji, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
We all have the same habits. We all have to control. It's not just, okay, I am control, I'm a Goswami, I'm in the same boat with you. I'm just expressing what Prabhupada and Rupa Goswami said here. I'm just expressing, but instruction for me also. It's not that I am a super duper. No, we all have.
It's nice. And I like, actually, I just wanted to mention, I really liked your that sentence, like everybody controlling their senses. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, Bhagavatam verse 4.11.5 you mentioned is earlier. That is, I think I'm now it makes sense to me also on that.
Oh, yeah, about sexual intercourse, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Prabhupada writes everywhere, okay? Yeah, in the morning Bhagavatam we are talking about. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, the thing is, our focus towards Krishna, because Krishna says, if you think of me every time you come to me. Very simple statement he gave. He did not put a rocket science there. You think about me, you'll come to me. How to think him? By doing all these actions all the time, Krishna. It's very simple for me. But practice is very difficult. Okay, I the devotees.
Right.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu. Wonderful class, nice class. Yes, we are concluding this first verse today. This is a very, very important verse to understand how we can progress in bhakti. Srila Prabhupada put so much emphasis on this. And also sometimes, not sometimes, one time, some devotees asked, who is the spiritual master? Who is a guru? Yes, there are many situations. Srila Prabhupada gave various answers. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also gave. But it's clearly mentioned here in this verse that who can be a guru? Who can give the shiksha? Who can be a guru? Who can be a guru is that, yeah, yo vishaheda, right? Prithvi shishyade. That means one who is able to control his tongue, his anchor, his belly, his stomach, vacho vegam, krodha, his anchor, manasa krodha vegam, jihva vedam, tarjas of speech, uddara upastha vegam, vedan vegan, yogishadeha. Then these urges, one who is able to control these urges, is able to give the shiksha, can be a spiritual master. So this is not that just what we talk about now, okay, which control our senses, control our anchor. But there is we are all completely covered by, this network of these various anarthas of anger, lust, greed, anger, all those things, right? There is a stage that we all can overcome this stage. These are all very inferior stage of every living entity, especially human. Let's say some are in the mode of ignorance, some are in the mode of passion, some are in the mode of goodness. Because of this varies from different degree to other degree, that's all. There is too much attached. Person is in the mode of ignorance, and then so much of aggressiveness in order to execute it is a passion. He understands that what he's doing, and then he controls some extent. It's in the mode of goodness. But all this gives such a, sometimes the goodness can go down to passion, passion can go down to ignorance. So we always say that this is a permutation combination of all our different stages of these different degrees of. So Srila Prabhupada gave a very beautiful example of it. That especially at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, that the best way to control, this is all comes out of our mind, because our mind has all this vasana, right? That's impressions that we create, the karma, the sin, the activities, everything is there for thousands of lifetimes. It's not that easy that we can come out of it. So Srila Prabhupada was giving very clearly that yes, it's not possible that we can all on a sudden can stop it. Okay, now onwards I don't get angry. Maybe after 3 days you'll get angry. Now onwards I'd say I won't eat anything better than now. It's very difficult. But we have to practice it in such a way that you utilize everything If we utilize our tongue for all unwanted things to eat, now we can decide that, okay, now I will eat, but in the sense that I will eat Krishna Prasad. Right. I speak, I was unnecessarily speaking so many things. Now we can think that, okay, now I'll start to speak on the subject of Krishna or talk to Krishna or other devotees, ask questions like this. I say that, okay, now urges of other anger. Yes, we get angry, but that anger which we utilize for the service of Krishna. That means we should get angry that ourselves, if you are not able to chant, if you are not able to attend these classes, we should be angry to ourselves. Why couldn't do that? So we should channelize, we should dovetail everything for the service of Krishna. That's Srila Prabhupada will say. So again, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying that yes, it's all possible when we put our mind in such a condition that we develop a taste for the Supreme Lord. And very easy to get that taste for Supreme Lord Krishna is, in this age of Kali, is very easy to chant the holy name. That's called mantra. Mantra means manana pradhaneya iti mantra. So one who is able to chant mantra, then only one can overcome all this. That's why Srila Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everybody is emphasized on this one point of chant the holy name. So have that practice. 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, whatever the capacity you have. Chant the holy name every day. That creates complete difference in due course of time. People maybe a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, maybe 1 year, but that gives such a wonderful results in our whole behavior. I mean, that we can see that devotees join with the Srila Prabhupada. After 3 months, they all become sages because they were all in what condition. So why? Because of their followed the instruction. That is called nectar of instruction, the instructions of spiritual master. So that if you chant the holy name, that's the key of this first verse of it. The essence and the key of the first verse is that one should be able to control the mind. All the urges come from the mind. In order to control the mind, one should be chant the holy name properly. Then one should be gradually, automatically, it will all happen. So it's very, very, very important. I just wanted to add that, Prabhuji. Jai, Hare Krishna. Anything else? Anybody else? Any other comments? Any other questions, concerns? Yes, beautiful days of going on, Navaratri. Today is 4th day. And some or other, yes, we are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. And Vijayadashami is on Tuesday. And we will be celebrating that on 29th, Sunday at the temple. Yeah. And 28th is Kartike starting, Damodar month. We'll be having Kirtan program at the temple. We are thinking of having some 4-hour Kirtan. We'll send out those details later. And also, today was very special day. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami's disappearance day was today. And also, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami's disappearance day also today. Two important aspects. Important auspicious day. As you all know that who is Raghunath Das Goswami. Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu mentioned about Sri Raghunath Dasa Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. So it's a very, very auspicious day today as well. No, not today. Not today, I'm sorry. Next week, mistake. Next Wednesday is Raghunath Das Goswami and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. And Tuesday is Ramachandra Vijay also. Okay. Okay. And 21st Saturday is Durga Puja. Okay.
Prabhuji, next Wednesday is Ekadashi, right?
Next Wednesday is Ekadashi too, yes. Achankusha Ekadashi, correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody else would like to add? Any other comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'm
Hare
Janani.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I'm just repeating one question I think I asked maybe a month ago. Like if I'm chanting while walking, does that count?
I mean, yes and no, right? Yes. I mean, if you don't have any other time, sit and properly chant. It's very important we sit and chant. That's a pure chanting, much affects than while walking or while, I mean,
I mean, I chant also when, like, while I'm sitting, like in temple in my home also. But like sometime I try to walk after meal,
Yeah.
and that time, like, my mind is same way focused.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, if you're chanting sincerely with that intention of I need to chant, then that's
Yeah.
counts. But other than that, okay, let me chant. Okay, let me watch this one. Let me, we see people, just for the sake of to finish the rounds, just sit and on the couch, watch the TV, just chant, look at the window on the road, how many cars are going, how many people are going, then again chant Hare Krishna. Then talk to the wife, talk to the husband, chant Hare Krishna. That's
No,
not.
it's not like
Yeah.
that. It's
Yeah.
like very peaceful, like after dinner. So there is no one around in the community, maybe one or two cars after 15-20 minutes. And it's like very peaceful. The night sky view is very nice. And I sincerely, like in a focused way, I do the chanting.
Yeah.
And easily like 2 rounds.
They do that with that intention that I'm chanting. So then what happens? That intention that I'm going to chant, then any car goes, any people goes, but our focus is on chanting. That's what is all. Even if you're walking, the focus should be on the chanting. That counts, yes. Of course.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Okay, so then let's conclude then today's class. Is that okay? Okay, let's pray together. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubheva cha Patidanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Vaishnavrinda ki Jai. Viraj Sri Isho Upadeshamrita ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Rupa Goswami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Gauri Premanande Hari.
Thank you so much, Govardhan Bhakta.
Thank you, Govardhan Bhakta. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.